I do. Anything you want, I do. I do. Baby, I give my all to you. I do. Anything for you. I do. My lover.
It was good, was really good.
What's up, everyone? I'm sorry, I just had to laugh. It just reminded me of when our children actually imitated us.
Yeah.
Yes, you're welcome to the Meet the Snatchas podcast. My name, of course, is Nikki Lau.
I go by the name Snatcher.
How you guys doing? I'm just remembering again. No, they really got us.
Okay.
Trinity and Seven. Trinity got you. What's good? What's real?
It's really good. And it got your squealing.
Yeah, she got my squealing. No, Seven got my
Got your
squealing.
squealing.
They did great. Okay, if you guys are wondering what that was about, we've started this new episode, or rather, the kids started a new episode called
something about our parents.
What our parents say and do, or something like that. So you can check it out also on our social media platforms. But on another note, you're welcome.
Welcome.
Podcast.
Have a drink, have a seat.
Yes, have a drink.
Gotta. Call your community people.
Yeah, so it's been all about the I Do series right here on the Meet the Snatchas podcast, where we've been talking about different topics and issues or things that people need to know before they say I do and even after they say I do. And in case you've missed any earlier episodes, please go check them out on our YouTube channel.
Yep.
We talked about trust, we talked about sex, which everybody loves to talk about. And we also talked about conflict resolution. We talked about deal breakers. Especially for people that have not even gotten married yet. Things you need to look out for, things you need to work on. All of that and more on the Meet the Snatchas YouTube channel. So go check it out if you haven't done that.
And before we even go further, I'd like to say to everyone who's watching that hold up for a minute. Check if you're following us. Are you? Hit that bell notification if you are. Follow if you're not. Hit the bell notification so you get to know when we bring out new stuff. So because the algorithm begins anytime you like our content, the algorithm begins to say, oh, okay, someone likes it. Maybe I can show someone else. So that's kind of like how it works. So show us some love. Do us a favor. Hit that bell notification, love.
And of course, we're also trying to fill in the gap because a lot of people are complaining that we don't have enough relationship or family podcasts that actually have Christian values. Yeah. And that is what we're here to do. Just talking about these different situations with our own personal experiences, sharing our personal truths, and of course, just helping as many relationships and marriages out there as God has helped ours. Yes.
Yeah. And one thing I always say is that marriage is where you find out that you don't really know that partner as well as you think you do. So when two of you have an understanding and agreement, then you see something like, then you discuss it. Yeah. Then you guys work on it and work it to be better. So people who say marriage is hard, it's not hard.
No.
When two people are agreed to work together and make it work.
Yes, my husband and I always say that. When some people come to us and say, oh, marriage is hard, we're like, no. Marriage is not hard. The truth is...
You know what is hard? Cocoyam.
No, but it's true. At the end of the day, marriage is what you put in it. When the two of you decide we want this to work, it's going to work. Yeah. And of course, the foundation of your relationship actually determines a lot of things. My husband and I decided, we want to love and be loved. And that is the foundation of our marriage. So everything we do, we're loving, and we're being loved back in return. So our marriage is easy. It works because we're both getting what we want. Because we told each other what we wanted from the beginning, and we genuinely trust each other, and we genuinely put in
the work.
We put in the work. We put in what we want to see. And at the end of the day, we get back what we want. So really, it's 100-100. We give it 100, we get back 100.
That's it.
So marriage is not hard though. It's easy as long as the two people involved are ready to make it work and put everything they want into it.
All right. So what are we talking about today?
So today, of course, every topic we're talking about is at the end of the day, topics that are supposed to help to make marriage easy. And that is why we brought up the I Do series, which is also covered by, or should we say based on our single I Do by Snatchas.
I do.
Yes. The song is on all our streaming platforms. If
Go
you're not ready yet, go get it. So today we're talking about gender roles. This thing has been causing problem from time immemorial.
Oh, yeah. Who do what and who does what and how does.
Who's meant to be in the kitchen? Whose duty is it to take care of the children? Whose duty is it to open leg?
What?
see, that's one thing I love about us.
There's a duty of open leg.
Yes, no, but what I'm trying to say is that I just love us submit the Snatchas podcast. We're as real as can be, I would just say it as it is.
Yeah.
So gender roles. Is there really anything? Is there really any
cinnamon rolls?
Coach,
Marriage not cinnamon rolls. I feel like cinnamon rolls.
Okay. But do we really have specific roles that a man is supposed to play in a marriage? Do we have specific roles that a woman is supposed to play in a marriage? Because this has been the fight for so many years based on tradition, especially for us. We come from Nigeria, we come from a Yoruba culture together, and so many things we saw growing up. A lot of times we're built to understand that it's the woman's job to be in the kitchen, it's the woman's job to take care of the children, it's the woman's job to open leg when the man wants you to open leg. I have to say it like that. And it's been like that for so many years. But of course, that's how our parents met it. That's how their grandparents met it. But of course, as time began to change and of course things started to evolve, there began to be gender equality movement, where it became more like, no, it shouldn't be only the woman in the kitchen. It shouldn't be the only woman. It shouldn't be the woman only taking care of the children. It should be both ways. And of course, when you come to live in the Western countries, where not only you and your husband, is it really that easy to say, okay, only woman should be inside kitchen? At the end of the day, you find out that it's harder to do that out here because not only the two of you,
Yeah, and I think even beyond the gender inequality movements and awareness, I think it just got to a point in time when it's just not practical for one person to do all of that.
Yes.
And the other person to say, as long as I go around and bring in bacon, women bring bacon too.
Yeah.
So she's slaving, and you know that this thing is overload. There's so much work for her to do. But only because you saw your fathers and their forefathers, and that's how we do it. Because of that, you rather just you'll be watching football while she's slaving away. She needs help. Oh, you don't even know how they change children's diapers. You don't even know what to do. All you know is you pay the school fees, you pay the rent, you make sure there is food. That's all. I think it got to a point where you just look at, and also how you're raised is also matters.
Yeah.
Nature versus nurture. How were you nurtured? How were you, because most of the time I think we tend to, women are prepared for marriage early.
Yes.
From the day you were born.
Yes.
Will you sit down properly? Is that how you sit down in your husband's house? Oh, you're not helping me in the kitchen. So that's how you do when you go to the lay of Oko. Things like that.
That is when you go to your husband's house.
So, but meanwhile, the boy is out there playing football. They will say, go and grind pepper and come back, bring change. Or go to Bosco and buy this. So his own is go and buy this, go and do this, go and do that. While she's the one, she'll sweep. She'll put, back in when we were growing, we used to put water in the fridge. That all missing fridge.
Yeah, that's true.
We go and do this. But the kitchen work, we grew up whereby, everybody will do everything. My mom will go to Sunday market, my mom will sit you down. Yeah. Come and do biology class. Crab. What's this? What's that? And then you sit, everybody was involved. That's why everyone in my house is able to cook and do every other thing. But we have people that will come in and think that's weird. Why is my dad and mom sitting on the dining table and gisting? Why is my mom not kneeling down to serve my dad?
Yeah.
So things like that, where you're from, how you're raised also matters when it comes to gender roles and how you perceive it.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, for us, the way we look at gender roles is more like, how do we play with each other's strengths and weaknesses?
That's it.
Because the truth is, there's some men that were raised in a home where maybe they were the only boys with sisters, and they are great cooks.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, they feel like, I'm even a better cook than my wife, so why should my wife be the one in the kitchen when I can be the one to cook? So at the end of the day, gender roles in a marriage, I would say at the end of the day, depends on the two people involved in that marriage and that relationship. You guys need to have a proper sit down and discuss how you want to run your home, because how the home is being run in Lagbaja's house is different from the way it's being run in Kemi's house.
You know, Lagbaja used to live in Adeni Jos. Because you say Lagbaja's house. It's Abba Johnson area.
For those that don't know, Lagbaja is also the name of an artist in Nigeria, but it actually just means.
So do you mean specifically Lagbaja's house?
No. I'm just trying to say that some people might think we're talking about that Lagbaja, but the truth is that Lagbaja.
I thought you were talking about that Lagbaja.
No, Lagbaja generally is a term to mean anybody. Doesn't like nobody in particular, So at the end of the day, the truth is how the gender roles are being worked out in different homes depends on the two people involved, how you've decided to run your home. And it has caused a lot of fights. And this has caused a lot of tug of wars because a lot of couples don't sit down to discuss these things. And then by the time when you get married with the mindset of we should know what to do by the time we get married.
Yeah, so you have expectations that have not been spelled out.
Yeah.
You think, ideally, I shouldn't enter kitchen.
Yeah.
We don't do it in my family. And she's thinking, hey, I see my parents help each other out. So
why can't you help out?
What's comfort?
So at the end of the day, it now causes a lot of fight because people have not properly discussed things and be sure you're on the same page. And please, guys, be genuinely honest with one another. Don't say some things because you want to marry that person. Then at the end of the day, when you now marry, you now change what you guys discussed. What I mean by this is some couples discuss these things and say, okay, this is how we'll run our home. We'll help each other out, blah, blah, blah. Then when you finally marry the girl, you don't put ring on her finger. You now get into the home and you now be a case of were you expecting me to wash plates? From the home I come from, men don't serve. Where I come from, we don't do this, we don't do that. And at the end of the day, it just turns everything upside down. But this is not what we discussed. We discussed that we're going to help each other out. And all of a sudden, it's not a case of help who out. I don't cook. I'm not going to enter that kitchen. Oh, I don't eat yesterday's food. You have to be cooking every day. All those kind of things. These things should be properly discussed genuinely and honestly. I think it's very unfair for you to decide on a certain thing before you get married, and then afterwards the person just changes on you. So that's another problem that happens a lot concerning gender roles, and it causes big fights. And at the end of the day, some even lead to divorce at the end of the day because it was as if you lied to me to get married to me.
Lie to me.
Yeah.
I think on a personal note, I see it this way. Okay, you people are building a home together.
Yeah.
And you're in your house. So you come down and the living room is in a mess. So the children played all through the night or whatever. At the end of the day, everywhere's in a mess. So you come and you're thinking, okay, I woke up first on a Saturday morning. Okay, everywhere's in a mess. Let me just go for a ride and come back, hoping that by that time my wife would have woken up to tidy up the house so I can come back to a clean house. And, or you just walk past it, sit down, take your newspaper, do your own tea or coffee, and be watching, thinking, okay, when they wake up, they will come and tidy up. It's your home. You people live in there. So because of some ego or what will people say or some mentality, you're going to rather sit in that dirt because men don't sweep, men don't clean up, men don't tidy up. You will go into the kitchen. The plates from last night, because everybody had a late dinner, everybody's tired, we went to bed.
Yeah.
The sink is filled with dishes. You're thinking, let me just rinse one cup and make tea. When she comes down, she will come and sort out the plates. Why is that? Or
a case of you have your child, maybe you have a toddler who has soiled his Pampers or his diapers, and you feel like, I cannot change the diaper. Go to your mommy. The truth is, at the end of the day, it's all about working together in unity. So your gender roles in the house should actually come together in helping sure you guys are working as one in your home. Let's just bring this home, my husband and myself. The truth is, for some people, they had to have that discussion. I think we discussed these things. We did, but did we? I'm not even sure. I'm trying to remember if we discussed it, but it was a case of we just knew how to fill in each other's gaps.
No, I don't think we discussed it. We never sat down to have a conversation.
We just watched each other, I think.
And just,
But be mindful of the fact that that's us.
That's us.
Some people actually need to discuss. We are two people that decided that we would always fill in each other's gap. If we fill in each other's gaps, that is, if we notice this person is doing the laundry, the other person will decide, I will do the dishes. If the other person is saying, he or she's taking care of the children, I will do the cooking. So the truth is that we just fill in the gap of whatever needs to be done at any point in time. Many times, my husband here, sorry babe, My husband here loves to cook. To him, it's therapeutical. He just loves to cook. And he will just wake up and say, oh, babe, what do you want for breakfast? He will come and tell me, oh, babe, I'm trying to make some eggs. Do you want eggs? Oh, babe, I want to make this for dinner. At a point, I will say, babe, you've been cooking back to back. Allow me to do the cooking. And he will say, babe, I just love to cook, really. And
I'm a bad guy.
yeah, he's a bad guy. He's a fantastic cook, by the way. And he just said, I just love to cook. I love while I'm cooking, I'm busy praying, I'm doing something else, I'm worshiping. He's just what he loves to do. And of course, while he's cooking, I'm doing the laundry. I'm cleaning up the house. I'm taking care of
And I'm a messy cooker. I'm a messy cook.
Yeah.
So I leave everything. So once it's done, tag team.
Tag team.
You know wrestling where you just tap in.
I don't finish. I tap in, tap out.
You understand?
And it's true. Then I will do the clean up of the dishes at the end of the day. So the truth is, we just feel. And another time, I'm the one cooking. He's the one cleaning up the house. He's the one taking care of the kids. The one going to pick up the kids from school. Another time, it's me. So we don't even have a specific role in quotes in the house.
Because usually when you have roles like that, what you're doing is, oh, I'm not the one who sweeps, so the floor is dirty, so I'm gonna leave it for the one who sweeps to come and do it. When it's not like you're doing rota.
We're not doing
You do rota in your own house. You see it, you fix it. If you don't, then it's you that have problem.
Yeah.
Really. And at the same time, when that's happening, I think sometimes people fear being taken advantage of. Oh, he knows that every time I would do it, so he'll rather not. Yeah. So he'll use that. He saw it, so he'll withdraw and go and hide. Or she'll withdraw and hide. Don't worry, soon he'll come and do it. Yeah. No, once you know that, look, this is our thing. So, and I don't like the idea of help me with the children. Whose children? It's not you people's children. Is it what, you understand?
Very true.
So what's help me with the children? The only thing I say, I can help my wife carry her bag. But when I wash the dishes, I'm not helping her to wash the dishes. We're the ones that eat.
Please give my husband a round of applause.
Well, I drop signs.
No, that's a good mindset, actually, that you've actually said right there. That when you are doing this thing, you're not looking at it as I'm helping my wife. It's where I'm helping us. Yeah. It's a team effort. At the end of the day, whatever gender roles you guys are playing together should help to be taking one for the team. Everyone is taking one for the team. And that's why we actually also said earlier on that your gender role should actually play on each other's strengths and weaknesses. Where I'm weak, he is strong. Where he's weak, I'm strong. Like I remember you mentioned how things used to be with your late wife, where she was the stronger person when it came to dealing with finances. So you used to say, babe, you take all the money, you know how to run it.
Because you know I'm going to blow it.
Yeah. But this time
but I want to learn from you while you do it.
Yeah. But this time around, because he has now learned now, when it comes to finances now, we do it together now. You know, it's not a case this time around. He doesn't pour it on me and say, babe, you go and handle it. Because he has learned. In the process of actually working or allowing someone to handle your weaknesses, don't just leave it. You also learn.
Yeah, learn.
Because he was learning and now he's better at it.
And speaking of learning, just like that, also cooperation. For instance, yes, growing up, my parents taught us to do. I could do the basics. I could make stew. I could make rice. I could make the basic eba and all of that. But because my late wife, she was an amazing cook. Yeah. And we will start one gist. Then she'll be like, it's time to make dinner. So we'll continue the gist and I'll sit with her in the kitchen while continuing the gist. Then she will hand me knife, hand me onions. So what we're just I'm cutting it and I'm looking at the way she wasn't saying, so first of all, you do this. She wasn't giving me, but we're gisting and we kept doing it over and over. After a while, when she passed, I was able to, let me try a jollof rice. And I tried it, it was exactly how it tastes. It was because at the time when she was sick, I was like, no, let me take over the cooking. Let me start doing this and doing that and all of that. So I learned by watching. But why? Because we're cooperating. Yes. I was there. So cooperation really matters and not seeing it as, abomination. Kitchen is not a place that a man should enter. I'll be stripped of the power of the Black Panther. No. So it really matters when we cooperate to do things like, that usually my husband makes a lot of money and sorts out the bills, but this particular month everything seems low. You know what? I'm extra. Let me pay now. Some people now go and they say, no, my money is my money, and all of that. No, I know couples who have conversations saying, you know what, we'll use my own money for bills and all of that things. Yours will save it or use some part of it for entertainment, whatever. And they have that.
Yeah.
That's, agreement and discussion among each other. So basically, cooperation really matters.
Yeah.
That look, I'm not trying to win off one on the other. We are cooperating towards a common goal.
Yeah, and I know that sometimes some people want to say that, oh, no, now let women do what they're supposed to do. Because if they don't do it now, it means that they are not submissive. Then this issue of submission now comes in again. And at the end of the day, you ask yourself, what really is this submission? Because some people want to make submission seem as if the wife is the slave and the man is the master.
Because the Bible says submit one to another.
Yeah.
We need to submit one to another.
As much as the Bible says, wives, submit to your husbands, and husbands, love your wives, the Bible also says, like my husband says, submit to one another.
Even the men are even asked to do even something that is even harder. Love is not, I feel gooey about you.
No butterflies.
Love looks past a lot of faults, a lot of wrongs. Love does not envy, does not boast, it does not jealous. You're not competing with one another. You're trying to lift one another up. So love is like Christ died, He loved the world and he died for us. So if we're going to love our partner as Christ loved the church, we should be ready to die. What's going to die? Our ego.
Yeah, true.
Our desire to be right all the time.
Yeah.
I'm the boss. Even if you have to declare that you're the man of the house, then there's something wrong. So, So things like that, we need to die.
Yeah.
Saying die. Die to your ego. Yes, it's getting on your last nerves. Yes. Die. That's what Christ asks us.
Because some people actually take that submission to me. I must dominate her. I must demean her, abuse her. At the end of the day, tell her, no, you cannot do this. No, you cannot do that. No, you cannot go out. No, you cannot. No, I must. At the end of the day, you are not married to a slave. You are married to your partner. You're supposed to be partners in building that home together. So at the end of the day, the mindset of what that marriage is supposed to be is even the genuine foundation of why you decided to marry in the first place. If you're marrying someone because you just want to get a slave in the house that will just be cooking for you, taking care of your children, while you can be gallivanting, doing whatever you like, you already have a wrong perception of what marriage is supposed to be about. Marriage at the end of the day is supposed to be two people that have come together that have decided, okay, we want to build an organization. It's like building a company. When two people decide, okay, let's be partners to build this firm, to build this organization. No partner begins to tell the other person, no, don't do this. No, you cannot do that. No partner commands anyone in an organization. At the end of the day, your home, see it as an organization that you guys are coming together to build together. You're joining forces to build a home together, and then you're raising your staff. Your staff are your children. Let me put it that way. Your staff, they're your children that you're going to be raising, you're going to be teaching, you're going to be nurturing and building up at the end of the day, because they're going to work for the same company, which is your home. They're going to be carrying your names. At the end of the day, that's how you should look at it. And how are you going to ensure that they also imbibe the same values that you are coming up with? Because children learn by imitation. If a son sees his father maltreating his mom, beating his mom, talking down to his mom, that child is going to grow up and have that same kind of mindset.
That's how it's done.
That's how it's done. So when he too, this gender role drama will not happen in his own home too, because he grew up in a home where my daddy does not cook. My dad does not even step into the kitchen, does not even go anywhere near the kitchen. Even to drop cup, they go drop cup inside kitchen because everything he's done for him. At the end of the day, there's no place of service. Meanwhile, marriage is all about service. It's supposed to be a place where you will learn how to be like Christ and serve one another,
carry each other's burden, cover each other's faults, be there for one another, because you don't burn each other out. Don't burn each other out, saying that, oh, okay, you both went to work and you both came back late and you're expecting fresh pounded yam and fresh soup. You got home before her, you're waiting for her to get there, or he's having a tough day at work and All you want to do is just rant over stuff. You guys need to really, really help each other out. That's how you create the home of your dream. That's how you create the ideal place for that both of you will foster.
Yeah, and of course, when it now also comes to one major area that I'm so very, particular about, that of course it's supposed to be the man's place in quotes, is the spiritual leadership of the home.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
A man you have to be the chief security officer.
Yeah.
You have to be the priest of the home. You cannot delegate that authority to anyone. You have to do that. Same way that you can't, a man can't carry a pregnancy.
Yeah.
A woman has to carry a child.
Yeah.
And some other duties, that certain things that a woman can do. But God has given you that authority that, look, they have to come through you.
Yeah.
So if you open up the house, if you open up your home to whatever spirit, then you are letting forces gain ground.
Yeah, because back to using my analogy of the company, the truth is he is the founder, the man who has decided to leave his family and want to go and build his own home, and then takes you to, so that let's go, babe, let's go and build this home. He's the founder, you are the co-founder of that home. So he's the one that has been given the spiritual leadership and the spiritual authority to kick off that home unit. And of course, it's his role, it's his place to take charge spiritually over the home. And you are the helpmate to stand in there in the gap with him, hold him by the hand, pray for him, strengthen him. While whenever he's weak, whenever he's down, you're there right by his side. Because I feel like some women need to be very careful. Don't try to tussle with your husband to now be as if, no, I'm the one that God spoke to, not you. Things like that should not even be coming up when it comes to spiritual leadership of the household. It's the man that God has given that place and that power to be the spiritual head of the home. And then yours is to support and be there to help him out and give him all the necessary, support he needs to help run the home. Yeah. That's basically what it is. So the truth is, it doesn't really have to be that difficult when running a home or a marriage. Like we said, it's all about discussions from the very beginning. How are we going to do this together? I just feel like so many issues that shouldn't exist in marriages exist just because somebody's having strong head and coconut head.
Yeah, and the stereotypes that you need to ignore. When people come to visit and they see that workout, if that's not how they do it in their homes, that's fine. You shouldn't let them pressure you to think, okay, so and so is coming. Don't let them see me doing this. Don't let them see. Nah.
Because sometimes when people come to you and say, why are you the one in the kitchen?
Are you the serve your wife?
Don't let people influence you guys. Like, you were in the kitchen and your friend say, hey, Ore, you are the one inside the kitchen cooking. Where's your wife? Why is she not the one in the kitchen? You are the one changing your son's diaper.
Turned you to Bewudani, collect clothes. Hold this for me. They've turned you to handbag.
You are the one changing your baby's diapers. Where's your wife? She cannot change the diapers. And you're like, you have to be able to tell them, yes, I'm the one changing my son's diapers.
Yeah.
It's my job as well. I'm his father.
Abi?
I can change the diapers. My wife does it too, but I decide to do it as well. Oh yes, I'm in the kitchen because I want to cook for my wife. I want to cook for my family because I want to cook. She did not force me to do it. Let them know, let them see, because people will learn from you. So
actually, as a matter of fact, they don't need to explain. Oh, you're the one cooking for your wife. Oh, you don't cook for your wife? Oh, you should try it. Hey, explain. Oh yeah, you should try it. It will change your life.
Yeah. Well, whatever ways, either you explain or don't explain. If you have to teach some other people, teach them. At the end of the day, I'm doing it. There's nothing wrong with it. Because we just need to help each other out. Some people don't know these things, like we've said, because of the way they grew up, and they can only learn it from you. And you'll be able to tell them that, they say my wife this, she has time for me. When I want to do the later.
You must enter.
No, I'm just trying to say.
No, it's okay.
Now you say when men, they when you speak in that language, they hear better. So that's how they hear. And you're like, yes. Now by the time I help out, she has time for me. She's strong. She's not tired. She has time for me later. We can
function in the junction.
Function in the junction, and we can have fun. Any fun. No matter, it's a silly joke between us. But the truth is, it actually helps at the end of the day. When you help your wife, she will have time for you, darling. Oh yeah. And of course, you guys can actually have more time together. If while you guys are cooking, washing the dishes together, you're gisting, you're helping to finish up everything, you can go to bed earlier. All these things just help. At the end of the day, when you guys work hand in hand as a team, it makes your home a more peaceful, loving, beautiful environment that you're looking for.
Yeah,
So
somewhere you're looking forward to go to at the end of the day. And like, hey, I'm going to that house again. Hey,
So that's just it for us. That's what we're trying to actually let you guys know, that once gender roles are put in such a place where you guys work on use them to work on each other's strengths and weaknesses, or rather you play with each other's strengths and weaknesses to build your home. At the end of the day, don't put anybody in a box. Don't put a particular role in a box. Let anyone who is available to do a role do it.
And if you're a lady who your mindset is, nope, kitchen is a woman's job, that's what it is, and you are married to a guy who thinks the same way, that's perfectly fine. So whatever works.
That's why I said we play on each other's strengths and weaknesses. So at the end of the day, do what works for you. But make sure these things are properly discussed. And like I said, please be honest with one another. Don't say something before you get married, then change your mind after you get married, which will cause a lot of friction. So at the end of the day, it's all about communication. And even if anybody will falter sometimes, which is life, make sure you bring it up. Babe, let's talk now. We said we'll help each other. I need that help. I need you to assist me. I need you to do it. That discussion needs to happen. Talk about it. Don't be suffering in silence. And then start beginning to, detest one another. Like, look at him. He's not even helping me. He's not even. Meanwhile, you're busy gisting and telling your friends, telling your whole family. But the person involved, you've not discussed it with him. You guys, or with him or her. So I don't want to make sound as if it's one way. The truth is, always talk and discuss these things. Marriage is easy as long as the two people involved are sensitive to one another, listen to one another, and communicate a lot, and genuinely work together as a team.
Yes.
So that's what it's all about on gender roles today. We made it short, simple, and sweet. I'm sure you guys can watch this over and over again and learn from this. Share with your friends, share with your families. Anyone that you know that has been asking this question, that is maybe working towards getting married or having issues in their relationships regarding gender roles, you can actually share this topic with them and see how we've made it so it can be this easy.
Yeah, and if you have any other questions.
I'm just trying to say, people might be like, can it really be this easy?
Oh, yes, it can.
It can be this easy.
It can.
It is that easy for us because we decided to work like this.
And saying easy doesn't mean there are no frictions. It means that once two of you agree and you're not in competition with one another, even resolving frictions is easy.
Yeah.
That's what makes it good.
Yeah, at the end of the day, the two people have to be willing to make it work.
Yeah.
Wow, what a sweet, I love this episode. This is sweet and
Straight
so on point, and I just love the things we're able to dish out on this particular one, because this is just our lives right there in the open. That's just the best way we
That's
can
how we
tell
live
it.
it.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Please don't forget to leave your comments.
Yes.
Share your takeaways.
On Instagram, everywhere. Please.
Share your takeaways, your points, and other points that we didn't discuss that you thought, this also works, so we can all learn. We read all the comments and we'll also respond. Yeah,
so I'll make sure you like, share, subscribe, of course, and just tell people about the Meet the Snatchas podcast.
Yep.
Follow us, comment, leave, like my husband said, truthfully, share anything else that you feel that we might have missed out. Maybe your own personal experiences concerning how you and your partner share your roles in the home. Please put them in the comment section. We love to talk about them. We love to see it. And of course, we're helping one another to learn.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, guys. So that'll be all on today's Meet the Snatchas podcast.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes.
See you later.
See you later, guys. Bye.
Thank you for joining us on today's episode of Meet the Snatchas podcast.
We hope it was an inspiring one for you today. And you know what? We look forward to hearing from you. You can actually send us your questions and comments via email, meetthesnatchas@gmail.com. Keep following us on all our social media platforms and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't done that yet. We look forward to catching up with you on the next episode of the
Meet the Snatchas podcast. And until next time, stay blessed.
Bye, guys.